Hi, I'm back with a new tutorial on how to set up local AI on a Raspberry Pi. Let's get started. We will need Raspberry Pi imager so we can flash the software onto the Raspberry Pi. So we set up the DMG, we close it, and we can search for Raspberry Pi imager. And it's okay, we can open it. And here we have it. We should click choose device. Mine is a Raspberry Pi 4B, so I'll select 4. If you have a Pi 5, you can select it, the Raspberry Pi 5. Choose OS. Here we will choose Raspberry Pi OS, this latest one. We will insert the SD card. The SD card inserted, and now we click choose storage. Apple SDXC reader media. It could be different if you're using an adapter. Click next, edit settings. The host name you want it ticked. I have it as Pi. The username I have KojiArt. The password is a secret. And then you want to tick configure wireless LAN and enter the exact name of your Wi-Fi and the password. The rest is wireless LAN country. You change it to your country. Services, enable SSH, use password authentication, so it will be using your password, so it's safe and no one can hack into your Raspberry Pi for some reason. Click save, yes, and it will erase all the data on your SD card, so be careful if you have something important. Click yes, and now enter your password. And now it's writing. It finished flashing, and now we can remove the SD card. Now we should remove the micro SD card from the adapter and insert it to the back of the Raspberry Pi here. Plug it into power, and it should take a while for it to connect to the internet. You can check in your router settings all of the hosts and clients, and there you might see the username Pi or Raspberry Pi or something like that. Let me try to connect to it to see if it already booted up. So we'll have to open the terminal. If you're on Windows, you can use the tool called PuTTY, and now we should try to connect with this command SSH, which would connect the username at the IP address. Your IP address might be different. You can check in the router settings. If you get this weird message, warning remote host identification has changed, doing something nasty, you can use to edit the SSH with nano. You edit SSH known hosts, enter, and you just delete everything. With Control K is cut, and everything's deleted. X, save it, and try again. And then you write yes, and then the password. And we're in the Raspberry Pi. We can clear the terminal, and you're in your own Raspberry Pi that is right next to you or in the other room. Now we can get to the next step, which is setting up, let me just resize it, it's way too small, setting up Ollama on the Raspberry Pi. It might be very slow, but at least it works. So Let's open our browser and visit ollama.com. We click download for Linux because it's running Raspberry Pi OS. We copy the download command, paste it, and enter. And now it is getting Ollama for the Raspberry Pi. Truly for Linux. Ollama installed, and now we can get our first model. So let's run Ollama run llama 3.2 and the smaller version, so the 1 billion token version. This one should run better. It's still 1.3 gigabytes. It's a little smaller than the normal one, but still pretty big. Llama 3.2, the 1 billion token version, finally pulled, and now we can send it a nice test message. Enter. Could take a while and can write this slow, but it's faster than 3 billion version. This is a nice epic terminal interface. It looks good, but it's boring. You would like a nice ChatGPT interface, but you don't need to always start it on your computer. Just leave it running on your Raspberry Pi. So let's get started with the web interface. Let's leave Ollama with /by. And now we are normal, we're not stressing our Raspberry Pi anymore. And we will get Conda for variable Python versions. We'll use wget and the direct download link. So it will get with this from GitHub, download Miniforge 3 AArch64, enter, and now it's downloading it. It's just the shell script, the setup. The shell script downloaded. Let's list all to see if it's there. And here it is, the shell script. And it isn't executable, so we would just run sh and then mi and use tab to fill it for you. Enter. Press enter to continue. I think this is a little weird glitch. I think I just... Let me control here. And let's try it again. Enter. There, yes. I accept. Here's a good location. And now it's installing Conda. We do not want it to start on startup. That's it. It did. So fast. That was a really fast installation. Now let's get into Conda base with this command, but not copy paste. Since we are with Raspberry Pi OS, not Mac terminal, it's not ZSH, but it's bash terminal. And now it's in base. Here it says base. And this also installed Python for us. So we can check the Python version with Python version 3.12.8. At the time of recording, this is the version. Once you do it, it might be a new version. Now we will get OpenWebUI. So we will run this command pip install, which is Python pip package something, enter, and now it installs OpenWebUI, which will give us the nice interface. Finally, the OpenWebUI finished installing. That took way much longer than I expected. I hope it will take shorter for you. Now we can start OpenWebUI with open-llama OpenWebUI serve. This could also take a while, but I hope not longer than the installation. OpenWebUI opened on its localhost address, but we cannot visit localhost 8080 like usual. We have, this is Raspberry Pi imager. Let's open here, open a new one, and we visit our Raspberry Pi's IP. Let's try visiting it. Nothing will work, obviously. We visit port 8080. And OpenWebUI has started. Don't mind that error. The images are much lower quality than usual, but it's okay. Enter full name, doesn't really matter, it's a local account. Email. It doesn't even have to be your real email, so it can be me@me.me. Password, let's enter a nice password. Perfect. And let's go. Here's our model that we downloaded. And let's send a message, simple hello, because the Raspberry Pi isn't very capable. It will take a while. And it started talking. Usually this would be instant and the message would just appear, not kruk, 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 but blip. This is an optional step. If you want the AI to just sound like an AI, you can set the voice to Zarvox, which makes it sound very weird.
Hello, how can I assist you today?
Sounds very AI. And now we can try downloading a new model from OpenWebUI in the GUI, OpenWebUI, GUI, instead of Ollama. So let's, like one viewer suggested about small LM2, so I'm gonna get it this time. So I write small LM2, pull, and it's pulling manifest. And now it's pulling small LM, which is a small LLM language model, large language model. I cancelled the download because it wasn't downloading, so I'm gonna get the smaller version of small LM2, 135 million tokens. Pull, and now it started to pull. This one is taking much faster time. Now it's verifying. And it downloaded. Let's try chatting to it. Let's send, or wait, actually we can just regenerate with small LM2. And it talks much faster. That's amazing. This is all we can get. I've tried doing stable diffusion. It didn't turn out well for me. Maybe you can try, you guys. See if it will work for you. If you have a Raspberry Pi 5 with that AI hat, could work. And thank you for watching. I hope you succeeded, and goodbye.